are waking up in droves and masses, and society is waking up, all over the earth that lies within the waters in this realm that we call home, all over the 6 known continents that we're slightly allowed to travel and explore, slightly, not freely, but sometimes slightly allowed if we ask for the proper permission and file all the proper paperwork and allow them to keep a good eye on us. We can freely explore the 6 known continents. Yes, the 6 known continents, folks, the ones that we're told about. But lucky, we have satellites in outer space looking at the globe at all times. I'm well aware of your beliefs. I'll just drop it at that. Whatever you want to say, smart guys. I've been exposed once again to the mental midgets and the blinded masses, the socially engineered, the highly indoctrinated, the well-programmed individuals who ingested every piece of propaganda that ever was fed to them and told themselves that that was knowledge, and in fact have convinced themselves that they're intelligent for memorizing every piece of propaganda that's ever been fed to them. Yes, I got exposed to the mental midgets again over the last couple of days. That always inspires me as I realize there's little hope. It always inspires me to come on here and speak a little common sense with, I started to say I've been fortunate. I have very intelligent listeners at this channel, and so most of them will understand what I'm about to say, but it's just on my mind. I figure I should mention to everybody. Is there going to be a fake alien invasion? Is it alien disclosure? Is it AI? Is artificial intelligence going to outsmart us all and take over the world and cause the end of the human race? All of this stuff. Hey, by the way, folks, psyop, slow down. Stop watching all the visual stuff that's fed to you. The people who are preaching that AI is going to be a superhuman power and take over the world are the same people that stand to profit from this invention, or whatever you want to call it. So understand, by them propagating that AI is going to be that incredible, first of all, it's as usual, sleight of hand. That's for the blinded masses to be scared of this AI. But most of all, it's just driving the markets through the roof. When it comes to AI, it's opening the doors for all of the spending by them continuously talking about how amazingly intelligent AI is going to be. Which, in my opinion, there's some truth to all of that, but no, that's sleight of hand. Take your eye off the prize. AI is simply going to be used to run the control grid and control humanity. That's it, okay? It's not going to take over the world and kill all the humans. It's just going to be a tool of the elite to control humanity in what would become an otherwise uncontrollable situation. This is for those of you who are thinkers and do and have taken the time to gain some real knowledge, to ditch the indoctrination in the programming and seek knowledge and truth. For those of you who are at these higher levels of consciousness and you understand how the elite function and use this propaganda, you will understand what I'm saying. It's all over the internet. Oh my God, be afraid of AI. Yeah, well, it's not that it's going to take over and destroy us all. The elites know exactly what they're doing. AI is simply going to collect data on all of us and bring in the final step of the control grid. This we know. So what's going on, Lucky? Why are all the elites building bunkers? What is there, an apocalypse? Everybody knows it's coming. We can feel it. We can feel it. We can feel it. Folks, what you're feeling is what's called a currency collapse. This is always cyclical, happens all through history, caused us to flourish, and brought us here from somewhere that yet remains to be seen. Well, the Americans came from Europe. All the Europeans came from America. I mean, if you go back and look at the stories where all the orphan children came from, man, it gets really sketchy really fast. In other words, it doesn't add up. That's why the mental midgets refuse to do any research on their own, because they know none of it matches the reality they were given, and they do not want to interrupt their own psychosis. I've diagnosed that 20 frickin' years ago, folks. I mean, give me a break. This is not debatable stuff. The masses are walking around in a permanent state of psychosis. Okay? This is why people, when they wake up, they make such claims like, it was amazing. It was like I snapped out of a trance. Suddenly I can see everything. Yeah, because you were very mentally ill. When you step out of the realm of psychosis, you will never again be able to unsee what you will learn. You cannot undo truth. You cannot unsee truth. You never can go backwards. Okay? So you never re-enter the psychosis once you snap out of the trance. This is, of course, again, I'm talking way over the head of the mental midgets. But the foundation, the globe earth, the heliocentric model, the foundational propaganda that guided this entire 150-year ride that we've been on, you know, the 5, 6, 7 generations of New World Order babies, and the New World itself is the elite's description of the civilization that's on these 6 known continents that we're allowed to know about and travel to sometimes. These folks are brilliant. In the globe earth is just the heliocentric model's brilliant propaganda. Of course, every thinker, every researcher, you will never find a researcher of any caliber or intelligence level that would ever tell you that the heliocentric model is correct. It is so obviously incorrect. It's amazing to witness human beings still walking around mocking those who are attempting to educate them. But this is the world we live in. That's why it was so easy for them to drive us straight down the shithole. That's why the heliocentric model was so fundamentally, it is the foundation of the propaganda that guided humanity for the last 150 years. Now, what is going on with the collapse of the U.S. currency, it's all part of the Ponzi scheme. This is why all of our leaders have to be Freemasons before they can be our leaders. That is because they take the Freemasonic oath, which specifically states in the oath that it trumps any and all other oaths. So if a president gets up and if an actor gets up on stage and pretends to take the oath of office to the president of the United States, but he's already taken the Freemasonic oath, it's as if he has his fingers crossed and he swore on his life to do this, to pretend, to act on the behalf of the Jesuits. This is all common knowledge, common sense, and information available to anyone. Yet, they all fall for the horseshit so that they can trick their own mind into staying in the psychosis. Well, the Russians would have told us, look, we didn't go to the moon. Yeah, the Russians. Yeah, because they're independently owned and controlled, right? Like the United States is independently owned and controlled. That's because you're a mental midgets. You're mental midgets. The Jesuits own and control the entire realm and every system in it. Give me a break. Why can you people not absorb simple, basic information? Okay? So the 6 known continents, all the different countries, and the phony leaders that go powder their fucking noses and go on television to speak to the people, all part of the Ponzi scheme. This way, when the United States currency fails, they'll find a new reserve and start over. Now, what happens to the poor citizens of the country when the currency fails? Now, that's why they talk about this new dystopian world where humans will not need or have jobs. You will get universal basic income. You will live in a 15-minute city in a nice little 400-square-foot cubicle. That's all provided for you. You will have nothing and you will be happy. Oh, that's scary, Lucky. Oh, that's scary. Yes, so why would they do that, folks? Well, I would encourage you to take a look at an experiment done in the past on mice called Universe 25. And I won't bore you with all the details of the experiment, but I will say this, that what the trick was, I think they started with 8 mice, and they started a colony with like 4 males, 4 females. And the colony, but here's the kicker, they provided everything that the mice would ever need, so that the mice didn't even have to be mice. They didn't have to go search for food. They didn't have to scavenge. They didn't have to do anything but hang out. They were put in there, and they were constantly had access anytime they wanted it to fresh food, fresh water, and lots and lots and lots of room to roam around and wander. So they did good at first, and they multiplied. They did everything that mice do. The males competed for the affection of the females, and they all went through normal mice behavior, but only for a few generations. They made it all the way up to, I believe, 25,000 mice. Then things started to get weird. Remember, the foundation of this experiment was to see what happens when they don't have to do anything for themselves and everything is provided. The populace of the mice became very strange, and many of the mice decided they would drop out of society completely and just groom themselves. They actually had a name for that large group of the mice. I forget what they called them, but they would spend all day and night grooming themselves. So there was a large percentage of the populace that were the most beautiful mice. They were like incredibly well kept because that's all they did and all they cared about. Now, the mice lost the desire at around 25,000 mice. They lost the desire to reproduce because everything was provided for them. So they had no mouse-like desires in their lives. It all was ironed out of them generationally. They had no instincts to be a mouse whatsoever. And they've literally stopped reproducing to the point of every last one of them dying off. A population of 25,000 mice died, went away without any disruption. They simply lost the desire to breed. We're already seeing that in our populace today, and this is what will happen, and the elite know this when they cram the survivors into these 15-minute cities and provide everything for them. There is no longer a reason for a human being to be human. There is no hope. There is nothing to chase. There is nothing to provide. There is nothing to build. There's nothing to construct. There's nothing to design. There's nothing to engineer. There's nothing to create. There's nothing to run. This is what men do. Period. We are human beings. We come out of the womb. Men come out of the womb and start kicking ass. As soon as they grow up, we start doing shit. Productivity. When you remove that from a species, they will collapse. They will collapse. So when we look back and we wonder, where did the Tartarians go? Where did so-and-so go? Where did so-and-so go? It is possible that the Tartarians lost their will to breed. It is possible. We know they were here. We know the giant people were here well into the 1900s. That you can still find them listed in the frickin' local county, in the censuses. In the censuses, you can still find the height listings of the folks that were here, and of course, lots and lots of photographic evidence of these folks. So those are the people that we called the Tartarians. They were all, on average, around 9 feet tall. It's 7 to 10 feet tall, these people were. And 400 pounds, 500 pounds. These were big people. That's why all the doorways in all the old buildings are so large. They weren't built for us. They were built by the other people before the last reset. So what happened to the Tartarians? Folks, it's possible that everything was provided for them and the civilization lost the desire to breed. It is possible. Just throwing it out as a possibility. Anyway, I just thought I would give you guys a nice, ooh, that's scary, Lucky, doom and gloom video. It's about fucking time, Lucky. You start speaking the goddamn truth. Doom and fucking gloom. That's what we're facing, Lucky. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. I'm only serious, folks. Don't pay no attention to me. My mama should have drowned me at birth. Anyway, she didn't figure that out till she was in her 30s, and there wasn't really any way to get away with it.